Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. An Arizona judge has allowed the lawsuit to go to trial. Hit subscribe to this channel. We just had a live stream on the Twitter files, part 7 on Hunter Biden's laptop and government involvement. Federal Bureau of Investigation, direct involvement along with other government agencies in suppressing and silencing the truth under the guise or the pretext of blaming an intelligence operation of by another country to inform you of corruption within the Democratic Party. So the emails that showed in 2016 written by officials within the Democratic National Committee, those emails that showed Bernie Sanders was railroaded, that was a plot by another country. Okay? Hunter's emails they were also apparently a plot by another country. So this was an organized effort to inform you of the truth. The information is truthful. That's what the Twitter files show you. The information is truthful. But the truthful information is actually a national security issue. You can't hear about it. It could be an attempt by another country to influence you into voting for Trump or Lake or DeSantis or Trump Republicans. Lawsuit has gone forward. 2 of the 8 claims. Huge news. It will go to trial. Now, if she wins this trial, it will be a landmark moment in modern U.S. history, or at least a landmark moment in recent political history, I should say. One note, and hit subscribe to this channel right now. The opposing counsel or the attorneys for Hobbs made the most egregious, sinister, and distorted claim pertaining to history and atrocities that took place, oftentimes by organizations originally founded by the Democratic Party. We won't even get into that right now. But the opposing counsel said, well, suppression, people know what suppression is. And then he listed atrocities. AOC tried to do something like that, and I wrote a Jerusalem Post op-ed explaining how distorted and manipulative, and Yad Vashem in Jerusalem had to correct AOC. Now, on Twitter. Now, I'm speaking roundabout terms, verbose, long-winded, for a reason, for the first 3 to 4 minutes. And then I'll explain myself further the last 6 minutes. But you look at what Democrats, the Democratic Party, or what never Trump Republicans do, and there has to be a peace offering, there has to be an olive branch, there has to be either some olive branch or you defeat politically or legally. The Arizona Republican and the Georgia Republican parties, state parties, have to align with the Republican Party in general in 24, or else everything is lost in 24, even if Lake is victorious in the trial. 2 of these, so that's one issue that I always talk about. But hopefully, if she wins this trial, they'll be more apt, open, or willing to play ball with Trump, DeSantis, Trump Republicans who run the Republican Party. What you've had is state parties that have dug their heels into the ground, will not budge, will not back Herschel Walker or Lake or others. And they're in Georgia and Arizona, the Republican parties are actually okay in many ways. With the Democrat as senator. That's another issue. If she wins this trial, then the paradigm changes immediately. 2 of the 10 claims, according to Fox News, were addressed by the judge. The two claims are going to trial. The interesting thing is the way media paints this is, oh, well, 8 of those claims were tossed out. Okay, fine. It's still going to trial. Okay, Hobbs was not able to prevent Lake from taking two very important issues to trial. And this is the type of thing that, like, if Trump or Giuliani or others years back, they should have been able to do what Lake has done and address an issue that is very important. You just can't have coincidences take place that favor one political party all the time. The issue here, the real issue is when you have a sequence of events that always favor one political party. And again, speaking in roundabout terms, because you have to, when you have a series of events that always favors one political party, you have to then question, could there be some kind of incentive or motivation or deliberate attempt to continually have um, situations or events that take place that are coincidental, one would think in nature, it seems coincidental, but always seem to benefit the opponent of a Trump Republican. So if that wasn't long-winded enough, I think that you have a situation where it is huge. They're going to just downplay it as always. The way they say, well, Trump downplayed this and we obsessed over this. Why doesn't he obsess about things we obsess over? This is a very important issue. You lose by a razor-thin margin. Okay, it wasn't necessarily razor-thin. It was very close. And you have these things that take place where it didn't harm one political party, but it harmed another political party. Why did that happen? And the suppression issue is not, nobody is saying, nobody is saying that this is on par with the greatest atrocities in American history. Notice how Democrats must use the leaps of logic, distort and manipulate historical record into like a part of their argument. Nobody was alluding, nobody was stating, and nobody was claiming that Lake's lawsuit is the same or more egregious than any atrocity. Nobody was even making that correlation. What the counsel or the attorneys for Democrats had to do is make that big leap. And then you have media saying, oh, well, it's the issue is, were Republicans, did Republicans have a difficult time when machines stopped working? Did those Republicans have a difficult time? That's the issue. And according to Lake and Abe Hamadeh and others, you're talking about a coincidence that helps one political party and hurts another. So you can either be trusting, and some might say gullible, or some might say naive, and think that, gosh, these things just happen and they happen out of thin air. Or you could say there's perhaps a political incentive for very bizarre occurrences to take place. Now, the fact that you cannot prove that somebody was told to do something is different from the fact that these things always help one political party. So, when you speak to robots, ladies and gentlemen, um, you have to speak in a robotic manner, or I should say, a manner that robots, uh, a manner that's okay with with the machines. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Huge news. Jack Prosobic tweeted this out. Carrie Lake retweeted it. Huge news. Hit subscribe. Be here tomorrow for the live stream. Thank you so, or be here today for the live stream when you watch this. Thank you.